Hola amigos, we're here at our house. Lily, what do we got going on today? What are we talking about?
I don't know, Doug. So I know you wanted to talk about our attic retrofit.
Yeah.
What the hell is an attic retrofit?
Well, you remember those big old electric bills that we've been getting in the summertime? Like the extremely large ones that
Yes.
make you look like that?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so it is a method of gaining control again of our attic space so that we can make our home more energy efficient and also healthier and ultimately a better place to live.
So we've got a bunch of that old pink insulation in there. What's happening?
Yeah, and that's all rat infested, doo-doo and all the kind of stuff that you really don't want to associate with whatsoever. And so part of these vented attic spaces, and I promise I'll go short on this explanation, but involve, when you do the vented attics, you get suction coming in from the house that starts like pulling in air, and you get it from the ductwork and everything. So basically that rat infested doo-doo air gets sucked into your home sometimes through your HVAC system, and it's really nasty and gnarly. And so I wanted to eliminate that. So we're going to remove all that insulation, and we're going to put our insulation underneath our roof to create a continuous insulative barrier right underneath our roof decking versus previously was on our ceiling line.
Okay, so there won't be anything in the inside of the attic anymore?
No. No, it'll be nice, it'll be clean.
I'll have more room for storage?
You will, yeah. We're gonna have to talk about all that and how we do that, but you will, correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and then that whole space becomes air sealed?
It does, yeah. So it all becomes quote unquote conditioned or sealed, and it should end up being, maybe not quite as cool as our space below, but within maybe 10-degree range, probably about 85 degrees up there.
Okay.
Should be comfortable, should be nice, and it should be a lot better place in terms of, I'm not saying store stuff in your attic, guys, but it should be a lot better place if you are gonna store stuff in your attic to make everything last longer and be more well protected, as well as keep all these rodents and stuff out.
So where we had kind of the vent spaces before where air could come in and out, what's gonna go there now?
So right now we're going to leave it open before we put in insulation because we have some appliances that require combustion air. So our water heater is good already because it's got a double wall pipe that is set up for a sealed attic space. So that's good. Our air conditioning system, our air handler and such that we had to move when we did the addition upstairs, that is going to have to actually have a little bit of a box built around it. Okay. And we're going to punch out the wall, and we're going to catch some fresh air from the outside to be able to fill that space so that it can provide combustion air to that particular appliance. And down the road, when we replace our HVAC system, which is probably coming sooner than later, then we won't have to build that box anymore, and we'll do what's called a 90%er, or we'll do a heat pump unit, and we won't require that combustion air. So that ultimately is what's going to happen there.
All right, so what's my price tag for all this?
Ooh, I don't know. I don't know if I want to answer that or get into that, but I can tell you that the goals were reduce our monthly electric bill so that the performance costs on our home is drastically decreased.
So if I want to run an ROI, what do you think that reduction in electric bill would be?
I'm hoping that our electric bill is pretty high, and I'm hoping that we can get somewhere between cutting it in half to reducing it by a third. If we were less than that, I'd be pretty disappointed. And the other thing I want to say is I really firmly believe we're going to be improving our indoor air quality. And I think that's a significant aspect of what's going on here, and one that's kind of hard to put a price tag on.
So we'll be able to run some metrics to see how much we're actually reducing. Or is there anything that we can do to gauge the improvement in indoor air quality? To measure that?
We weren't catching data on it previously, so I think it's going to be kind of hard. But we can sure look up in the attic and see a clean space versus what we see right now. And I think that's going to be pretty dramatic. And not to mention with this roof, right, it is going to be more reflective than our previous roof. We've also done what we can to elevate it off the deck slightly to mitigate conduction and radiation. So I think the roof is actually going to help out too in terms of minimizing heat gain that comes into our house.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm sold, but I'm gonna verify with data after the fact.
Very good. Well, I'm happy to update you, and I'll keep you posted further, boss lady.
All right.
All right.
Adios, amigos.